Alright guys, we are back for another Dokkan battle video. So I wanted to do a video going over how I think that the power level system could be enhanced. Now, it's so funny because this is something I've mentioned a couple of times recently. I mean, that I do think that there's very easy things they could do to kind of just make this whole system a little bit more fun. Not only power levels, but we could also bring titles into the mix with this as well. There's just, like, Dokkan can always be doing massive improvements, and all these games could, right? It's so easy to just kind of, like, take feedback and make improvements and not just kind of sit around and think everything is perfect, right? So if you guys are not aware of what I'm really talking about, it's this. This was in the, you know, kind of like the Jump Festa video they put out. There's going to be a power level bonus feature that's going to give bonuses to the amount of Zenny, medals, and stuff you can get obtained based upon what your power level is. Power level bonus may also allow you to challenge certain events that have attempt limits more times than normal. And then there's plans to update the factors that are taken into consideration to calculate your total power level. This is awesome to me. Go back. I mean, I don't know. I can't remember where those streams were. Were they on my channel? Were they on 5.9? I think they're on 5.9. You know, me and Gresh were streaming when the power level stuff came out. And initially, it's like, that's very cool. But, really? So it's just, like, very quickly, it's like link leveling has too much of a factor here, right? Like, it's not actually, I don't think, a good representation of how strong your account is, really necessarily even how much progress your account has made. I'm not super a fan of it. I think that it could be massively improved. I know this is coming from me, Mr. You know, link leveler and stuff like that, but I mean, I think that the system could be improved dramatically. Now, here's what I want to do is I want to spend this video going over what my ideas to revamp this are, right? So let's just go over some things. So the first four right here are the current things, right? So the current four we have right here, those are the first four I did. So the first thing here, change hidden potential nodes from +1 to +2. This is stupid. It's plus... Rainbow characters should be a much bigger factor in the power level. Duh. Like, that's literally the core strength of your account. It makes no sense why one Link level 10 is, like, 3 times as impactful as a rainbowed character. I think that's like, again, it's not really a good representation of how strong your box is, right? But I think that, you know, them revamping it, upgrade that to 2 points per node would be good. I do think that this should be adapted a little bit or adjusted. Right now, it's 1,000 points for every Link level 10. I think dropping it to 500 sounds good. A lot of people were saying that they probably would not change that, which, I mean, certainly... you know, I could agree they probably won't. It's just what I would like to see, right? But you just leave it exactly the same. The third node right here, the third thing, is this is the first time you clear a stage. So they drop a new event, and, you know, every, you know, new stage you're going to do, you get 10 points for clearing a stage for the first time. Then you can keep that as is, that's fine. And then the last column that's available right now is every Dokkan Awakening gives you 100 points. I think that's fine as well. The Dokkan Awakening one, I think, is very important because, you know, there's not, like, super die-hard, hardcore players who are link leveling every character and stuff like that. Like, having points for, like, Dokkan Awakening, I think right now is probably the best of the four in terms of, like, the entire player base. I guess hidden potential system as well, right? Because everyone's going to put orbs into their characters. But the Link level one, I mean, there's a lot of players who barely get Link level 10s because you do have to do a significant amount of grinding, even with some of the new resources they've given out, right? So that's big right there. Now, what I would add here is give this, so every time a character gets max SA, give them plus 10 power level points. Because I think that this is a very big, especially if they're going to create a system where there's additional rewards and bonuses and all these types of things. I think that you should try and make it at least a little bit more potentially accessible to players. I think this is good. This is actual, like, a tangible reward and stuff like that, you know, for players to be making progress with their account. I think that that would be really big, actually. Just giving points for this. Like, it just seems so simple, but I do think that this one would be fantastic right there. Now, this is another huge one. I think that this is probably the best one that they could do. So this is just simply +1 point for any cleared stage. And I specified anything. So this is where, players, again, are going to feel like they're making progress. Maybe you could even up this maybe to 2 points, at 3 points or something like that. I don't know. But, imagine, you're grinding like, the hero and villain extermination event, right? They have like those really terrible drop rates for the medals. I know a lot of people never easy 8 LR Great Samurai 1 and 2 because you need all the hero and villain extermination characters easy 8 to do that, and people just don't even want to bother, right? Now, obviously, since that unit has come out, we have had auto introduced into the game, which makes things way worse, but it still stands. It's not fun. All right, we got to grind this medal, and then, oh, no drop, no drop, no drop. All right, F this, I'm out. Like, right, like, I'm done. Because you don't need 1 medal, you need 7, typically. So at least giving some points like that would be good. Now, let's just see how this might look, right? So if we click this button down here, these are all the characters we used, our most used characters, stuff like that. If we click this shows us the amount of times we've done every type of stage. So I've done quest mode stages 167,000 times. I've done Dokkan event stages 15,000 times. I've done story event stages 12,000 times. So you can see how, I mean, if you do 1 point or 2 points here, like you could see just how much extra power level we're talking about could be added right there. Like, bam. Like, just a huge amount. Because there's just, I mean, it's just, I think getting points for every single stage you've done it really is, I think, just a good idea. I think that this is something that Dokkan should do. I see no reason why they can't do that. Just enable it, like, that way people could grind it in their own way, right? Like, or, I need to get this medal or this resource or something like that, and you'll see your power level go up. Because I think if they're going to make these rewards here, again, kind of like, this is like a reward for those that potentially play the game a lot. Not necessarily link level a lot, but play it a lot. I think that's big. So I think that this is the most important one, easily. 1 point, 2 points, something, for every single cleared stage you do. This is one right here. So plus 10 points for every easy A stage you do. So if you guys are not aware, this is a huge thing. People love doing this. They'll go into these easy A events, and they'll just try and get as far as you possibly can, right? As of right now, all you're getting in terms of a reward is just the Zenny statue every single time you beat a stage. But if you're getting, like, big power level points for each stage, I mean, that could be good. Now, a long time ago, like, we're talking about the start of the game, if we scroll all the way back, I mean, way back then, like, stage 2, like, whatever I was at was really good back in, like, 2018. Obviously, I mean, things are different, but once link leveling became a thing, I stopped doing this. I go to stage 77, typically, to, like, get my title, and that's it. But, like, if we take a look at these, like, here, let's just click this. So, the Goten, Trunks, and Android 18 EZA, and let's just take a look at my friends list. There's going to be players that are, like, nearly, like, at 999. Right? And it's like, I think that this to me does seem fun. Wait, 123 is the highest on here? Okay. I imagine that you could get much higher than that. But that's kind of the point, right? A lot of these easy A stages, you can get super far in these. And I do think that that's kind of fun. Like, way back in the day, it used to be quite fun. In particular, for me, it was the Super Saiyan 3 Goku easy A, because it was so hard. So just trying my best to get as far as possible in it, I thought was really fun. So I think giving a power level reward to players, right, for doing this, getting to, like, stage 999 and stuff like that, I do think that that's a good thing. I think that this is something that Dokkan could add. And I do think that would certainly shake up what, like, power level leaderboards and stuff like that would look like instantly, right? Is if all of a sudden, all these players who were not, grinding links for years, but they were doing EZAs and stuff like that, like, they could kind of be, like, put back into the mix for kind of like, power level and stuff like that. I think it'd be really good, personally. The last one we have right here. Now, I actually just tacked this on at the end right here, because I made the tweet and I forgot about this. Titles should give points. I just blanket said 500 points right there. but like if we actually jump back over, I mean, there are so many titles, and a lot of them have differing effects, right? Like, of course, a lot of the EZAs, the LR EZAs, you just get a title at stage 10, but then like these TUR ones, you get a title at, what is it? Stage 30, stage 50, and stage 77. I mean, I don't see any reason why like a bronze title is worth a couple of points. Silver titles could be worth points, and then gold titles could be worth points. I think making these titles give you power level is really, really a good idea. Then remember, there's all these achievement power levels right here, right? So like these ones, these are for leveling up like categories. Like what is this? This is the Earthling category, I think. That's so it's like, you know, like, okay, so right here, this is the Saviors, right? So there's Universe 11, there's Saviors. You get these for doing it 10 times, 100 times, and 300 times just using that category team. I'm sure a lot of players don't have all of these, right? For example, or there's just a lot of other titles you could do in here. Having all of these potentially available and getting like points, like power level for this could be good. And again, they're doing a system now where power level is going to be something besides just a pretty number of bragging rights. I gotta imagine, I know a lot of y'all are still in school and stuff like that. Like, maybe you're playing with a bunch of your friends, so power level is a really cool thing, because, like, you're competing with your friends, right? Like, that's sick. But I think even adding more to it is good. By the way, you guys already know what this is. This is a weapon super title. I have not sat down to grind this out, which is why I don't have it. Because there's just, you know, I'll just quickly make this point, and then I guess I could probably finish the video, but there is so few weapon super attack characters in this game that even though I've link leveled so many of the, you know, the LR, the TUR, the SSR, and stuff like that, still at this point I don't have it. And this is with even with some of those characters being staples I've used so much of too, which is just so crazy. But keep in mind that all of the counting for all that stuff started at the 7th anniversary. So the 5 million times I used like Tech Ultimate Gohan prior to the 7th anniversary would not count for something like that. So there we go. Let me know what you guys think of my idea to improve power levels. I think that the power, because Dokkan is just a PvE game and stuff like that, I think the power level system could be like kind of like a huge thing in this game. But there's just adjustments, things that they could do to add to it to make it better. And that's what I would like to see Dokkan do. So let me know what you guys think about, again, sort of like my ideas for how to do this. They're probably not going to decrease the amount of value links get, right? So, like, you know, you could just, I guess, pretend that this one doesn't exist. But a lot of this other stuff, I see why they can't do that. I would say the most important one, the best one for them to add would be this, easily. So let me know what you guys think, and I'll catch you guys next time.